we need to know about the gels or pastes because they allow you to do a lot of different things, changing the textures, changing the consistencies, viscosity of the paints. And probably the best thing that it does is it saves you money in the fact that of what's known as a paint extension. And a paint extension is basically two things. One, like I said, it allows you to control the consistency of the paint or the viscosity, but it also extends the paint to the point where you could save a lot of money. And we need to know this because it's important. Oh, look, look up. Oh, the other thing with open is you can have all the bad work habits of oil painters. You know, like leave this out and go out and have a sandwich and come back and it's still like, I always love when it's honestly, it was my first love. It's still great, and I wish I had spray in my studio. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the gels and the paste. And there are some exceptions, but for the most part, if you approach it this way, you'll be okay. Basically, the gels and the paste, they all start with our friend the binder. Remember way back here, the thing that's when it's white, it's wet. When it's wet, it's white, and when it dries clear and glossy. Okay, that's how all these things start. All right. The thing that changes with this is that they'll add different thickening agents, and they'll also possibly add other things, like in this particular case, marble dust. So a lot of times the pastes are not the best. You can use it for a paint extension, but it's going to affect the paint. It's going to change the color because it's white or gray. Some of this pumice stuff. And all these things are designed to create texture. Where, like for instance, the molding pastes are designed to really build up texture. And this is not thick. Okay, you could build this up where it's 2-3 feet thick, and it's cheaper because there's no pigment in it. If you were to do it out of pure paint, you'd be spending a lot of money, and Lou would be really happy. But there are other ways of doing it. So if you get, say you work really large and you want to start building up real thick paint, and believe me, the only reason this is not thicker is because I got to carry the darn thing. And but it allows for you to build up a nice texture. You can come here, buy gallons of it, and make paintings that are, 4 feet thick if you want. I would suggest that you use the light molding paste. And the light molding paste is this one here, and it's quite a bit. I think something like 60% lighter than the normal molding paste. And it was actually designed for a woman artist in New York who was making her paintings so thick. The canvas was beginning to rip off the stretcher bars. So she called up Golden, and if you read in the book, they'll talk about it. Golden has a custom lab where you can have certain products designed. If you have a certain need, we do it all the time, you may want something like that. And then a lot of times, if the product seems to have popularity, it'll go on to the market. So this is actually light molding paste, quite a bit lighter. You can still build it up quite a bit. There's also some coarse pumice down here. I'll pass it around. What's happening here is, here the paint is poured on top. Here this green was actually kind of mixed in. So you see what I'm saying? Whenever you add color to it, it will become more pastel-y because of the whiteness of the marble dust. So you let it dry and you put the color on top, if that's what you want to do. Good question is, how long?
So they're able to build similar structure like the regular molding paste?
Yeah. I think, I've never done a test myself, but I believe that the normal molding paste, you probably can build a little bit more stronger shapes. And, maybe make it a little bit thicker, but then you got the weight factor. So those are the pastes. Now there are a lot of different pastes, and I can't possibly even touch on all of them. But it's just, important to know that they all start with the binder, and then they have different things for different purposes. Like I said, I mentioned there's the pumice. That's actually a gel. They consider that a gel, but once again, it has pumice and it has texture. There's one of my favorites is the there it is, Prince. still kind of broken. I'll come across it. The gels is what you want to use for a paint extension. And what is a paint extension? Like I said, it can change the viscosity of the paint, but probably more important, it saves you money because it's how far you can extend the paint before you see the pigment start dropping off. Now, as I said early on, Golden puts as much pigment into the binder as the binder can physically handle. And we're very happy for that. Yes, they charge more, but it also means that you can extend the paint further. How many people use your paint right out of your tube or container? You don't ever, ever want to do that. Get a gel, get a medium, add something to it, because you're wasting money. If you're going to do it, well, I'll do it at the end of the lecture. I'll give you my address, and at the end of every month, you put that money into an envelope and mail it to me. I will use it much better, okay? So, no one's ever done it. Take me up on it. Okay, a paint extension. So this is it. This is probably the only thing you have to write down is 30-70. That is the mixture. 30% color to 70% gel. That's a lot. That's how much you can extend the paint before you start seeing the pigment drop off. That is a lot. So we're going to do a paint extension. And what we're going to do is we're going to do